in front of a runaway train, just to feel alive again, pushing forward through the night, aching just to blur aside. It's so far away. It's so far away.
Open, vastness. Among other things, these words tend to be corresponded with words like wonder, adventure, typically in a positive manner. Video games have always tried to capture our sense of wonder since their inception, but only a select few have truly grappled and quenched my adventurous mind. Red Dead Redemption and The Witcher 3 being two standouts in that list. Looking at these games at a quick glance may have you believe that they're two very different titles, but under closer study, the similarities start to stack up and a common trend emerges from both. Both take the vast open world genre and successfully portray a genuine experience. So without further ado, let's get started. When you think of the word hero, many incarnations could pop into your head, from superheroes within comic books to epic heroes who are depicted in literature. Usually heroes are people described as being courageous or having noble qualities. But in Red Dead Redemption and The Witcher 3, John Marston and Geralt of Rivia play a different style of hero, in that they actually aren't heroes at all. They do fit the description well enough, but the nature of the stories places a very human weight upon them. They aren't just a main protagonist moving towards the resolution of the game, but rather they are genuine characters who interact with the world and the people around them, formulate opinions, and get emotional. Minus the whole Geralt and Witchers can't feel feelings thing, but these characters have history and emotional baggage that influences their choices. But with this sense of self instilled in these characters, they both share a gray morality about them. This is used in a smart way from a game design standpoint, as it gives the main character problems that need solving. But with their gray morality, it allows the developers to give the choice to the player while still maintaining their set-in-stone characters in John and Geralt. So you could play the nice guy and help the needy and fight for what is right, or you could disregard all that, lie, steal, and kill with reckless disregard. And the beauty of it is both options make sense with the nature of these characters, giving you a truly versatile main character in these vast open worlds. On top of all that, both games boast two incredibly well-written stories. They begin with a simple premise and evolve into something truly special. While The Witcher has source material to pull from and build upon, Red Dead used old Western media like films to help develop these characters in this world. Old Western movies usually told stories of revenge or retribution, and depicted the landscape of the Wild West as a vital story asset. These are just a few elements that Red Dead took to heart and built upon to tell a modern Western classic. Environments in open world games can be problematic at times. Some games can pull off specific areas but stumble when weaving in unity with the rest of the world, creating a jarring or disjointed transition from one place to the next, which in turn breaks the player's immersion. The key is having consistency with the quality. Luckily for us, and the sake of this video, the environments of The Witcher 3 and Red Dead Redemption are the gold standard for quality in video game environments. These worlds are alive and constantly in motion. They show that even when you are off doing main protagonist stuff, that time doesn't stand still. There is a real sense of age to every place you visit. It shows that this place was built long before you arrived and will still be here long after you leave. This, along with the natural sounds of the environment, create two of the most fully realized open worlds in the history of video games. You can almost feel the warmth of the fireplace in a pub at night, or the cold chill of a gust of unease as you walk outside after the sun is set. A huge factor in making such a successful environment is also populating it with engaging people and stories that are self-contained from the main story. The side stories in Red Dead and Witcher 3 are unbelievably good. Sometimes you forget that they really aren't a part of the main scenario at all. Like in Witcher 3, where a simple Witcher contract can spin into an hour-long quest filled with betrayal, heartbreak, and moral choices. These side stories are satisfying and feel natural to the setting and time period. Throughout, you will encounter people from all faces of society, from those who bathe in riches to the dregs of society who are struggling just to survive. But they all have something in common in both games, an underlying problem that influences the nature of the story. In The Witcher, it is a war between the Northern Realms and Nilfgaard, and in Red Dead Redemption, it is the modernization of the Wild West. Both conflicts help keep the cogs of the game moving and sets the stage for the optimal time that these games can take place. Legacy. What does it mean to have a legacy in video game terms? There are plenty of games that will be remembered for a handful of things, but Red Dead and The Witcher leave a legacy of excellence that will have ripple effects for years to come. When a game like these two releases, it demands the attention of players and developers alike and causes a paradigm shift. Like how Red Dead practically reinvented the hunting mechanic and influenced games like Assassin's Creed 3, which it took obvious cues from. Or how when The Witcher 3 released, every open world game is held to a little higher standard than we're used to. In this post-Red Dead Witcher 3 world, it may seem unfair to hold other developers to the same standard as these two, but I believe rising tides lift all boats, and we as a gaming ecosystem owe the devs for showing everyone just what the interactive media is capable of.
Your hands upon a dead man's gun and you're looking down the sights. Your heart is worn and the seams are torn and they've given you a reason to fight.
As you can tell, I think very highly of these two games. They will be remembered and studied for years to come, and I want to just give a huge thank you to everyone who is involved with crafting these masterpieces. Because the ripple effect that these two games will have on the gaming industry as a whole in the future is going to be immeasurable. It's going to influence future game designers who are going to find their way through these games. They're going to inspire people, and that's what I truly love about these games. So with that, my name is Shane Walters, and thank you for watching.
They're giving you a reason to fight, and all the storms you've been chasing about to rain down tonight, and all the pain you've been facing about to come in.